They're going into this one with a double lance. We have Orion and King Knight. Of course, that is the Roland. Haven't seen too many of these in 2v2s.
That's the Macheeete classic, though. That's why he was playing with Fozy. Sgrape, he's been on the lance, you know, probably literally since he was 12. You know, this is some staple picks coming out here.
And of course, on the other side, no surprises here whatsoever. Of course, Sandstorm playing the Teska, legend that he played when he was playing alongside Boomy, and of course, Impala over on that Kaya, what he won the World Championship with, what he has won so many tournaments with. So, yeah, this is an interesting shakeup between, well, really not a shakeup, well, shakeup in terms of teammates, not necessarily in terms of legend picks. He actually backed down from that. Do you think he expected a follow-up from Macheeete that didn't come, or what?
He could have. I mean, Macheeete is a... In general, you know, the stereotype checks out. French players are super good at, like, the 2v2 aspect of 2v2. If I was fighting Sgrape and Macheeete, I would be the most worried about the, you know, the 2v2 side of helping your teammate and getting those conversions. If I was against Impala and Sandstorm, I would be way more afraid of getting singled out. Like, if I was Sgrape and Macheeete, I would stick together as much as possible here.
Absolutely. I hope we get to see French teams do well this tournament. I really want to see that. You put Coco and Spyrox in your top 3. I was considering putting a French team, either Coco and Spyrox or TM and Delta, in my top 3. I didn't actually by the time things were said and done. But yeah, I want to see, because there are a lot of French teams here, and we don't normally get to see that at LAN. So I really want to see that here. Impala was actually the last person to lose first stock. It was a side air. I can't remember whose lance came in. I believe it was Sgrape's lance.
In general, just there's a lot going on, but there's not a lot of extraordinary things happening. This is a lot of trades, a lot of highly competitive and neutral game. But when it comes down to it, we're just seeing trades right here,
nice
and occasionally some really good follow-ups.
Oh, he went for the GC in light, but Sgrape was able to dodge and get through it. Let's see if they can trade 1-for-1 here. Sandstorm, he thought he could play really high in the air, but no. Impala was there to chase him, and Macheeete ended up falling. But Neutral Sig comes out, instantly knocks out Sandstorm.
It's so
they
hard.
have the 2v1 potential to put out KO damage onto Impala. Nice side air. Macheeete going to chase out for this one, hopefully following him back, trying to hit the side air. Does get the side air just a little bit above the stage. They take the time to do the 2v1 onto Sandstorm. They throw a weapon toss. Impala's still back.
Impala's still in the game again. He has an entire stock left to play with here. He's definitely not out of the competition just yet. But Sgrape and Macheeete, they're hunting for it.
Wow.
And that is... that is just a reaction time, but it's not only reaction time. Like, they made the correct option that quickly. It's so impressive.
The fact that he was able to pick up that lance side air after the spear side air, just because the opponent was so damaged, he flew so fast. Man, the timing on that was impeccable.
Oh, this is big. This could be big. Impala's getting damaged, and they're getting the game more and more even. Sandstorm is going to be able to find the first knockout, though, and Macheeete is in a bad situation. But if this is the Macheeete I know, he is a god at 1v2 situations, but you're against Sandstorm and Impala.
Yeah. Because essentially you're going to be fighting them individually, so there are 2v1 parts of it, but there's also 2 individual 1v1 parts of it, and like you're looking at some of the 2 best 1v1ers to ever pick up the game. That's going to be an all but impossible mountain to climb. They didn't end up climbing it that one. That's going to be Impala and Sandstorm picking up the victory here. A little bit of conversation comes out from Sgrape over to Macheeete. Let's see if we have that side air into side air on the replay. Wow, that was a signature KO from all the way on the other side of the stage.
I think it's coming now. This could be the side inside. No,
I'm waiting to see Sgrape with a spear in his hands. There's the chase off the top. He thought he was safe all the way up there, and that was an official double KO as well.
Oh, here it is. No. Yeah, no, they skipped it. We're not seeing that. Really good game. Really good game. We're going into the next one. No legend swaps across the board. I'm assuming we're probably on a similar or the same stage as well.
All 3 players opting into the strength stance. Macheeete on the movement speed stance, stepping it up from 4 to 5. That's one of the places that you kind of feel lacking whenever you pick up a Roland. It's that movement speed. Everybody loves movement speed. Like, movement speed just feels good all across the board. The more you can have of it, the better.
It's just so fundamental in the game as well. Like you can have one strength, one defense, and still do fine if you have really, really good neutral, right? And it's hard to have good neutral with like 2 speed on Queen Eye.
You're dropping knowledge right here, but I don't know if anybody can hear it just because it's Lance noise, Lance noise, Lance noise, Lance noise. Everybody just hears jet engines going off. It sounds like you're actually—
It's so loud.
You're on you're on the runway at the airport, at the world's busiest airport, trying to have a conversation, and it's just jet engines all over the place.
Like
Nice
telecasting from Storm Katrina. You hear the wind.
Oh man, that's gonna be a full team wipe though on the red team. Sgrape, okay. Sgrape.
Oh, and they're keeping it going.
That was
Sandstorm is getting
massive.
super damaged here. This is a good
Massive
showing.
extension.
Sgrape and Macheeete, they're taking control of on the stage. This is like, as we talked about before, a bit more in your face, and they are pulling it off very, very well so far.
Decent coming out from Impala, sending it over to the left side. Sgrape spear, man, he's turning it up.
Yeah, they're just fighting for stage control, and they have been keeping it the entire game. Oh no, this is where they lose it though, and that's the 2v2 combo. It's not gonna lead to a knockout, but that is important damage. Macheeete now pretty much just 1 hit away from getting knocked out. Impala was going for it, but he isn't able to connect it.
We'll see how long he's able to survive that D-Light. If Macheeete is able to survive for an extended period of time, then the fact that Sandstorm didn't follow up off of that D-Sig confirming the KO would be a critical misstep. That was a hard call to make. Wondering whether or not that D-Sig from Impala was going to knock out. He might have made the wrong call there. There's the neutral air. I think time-wise, he had that stock for a little bit of time, but I don't know how much he actually did during that time. He didn't end up finding a stock or finding like a huge follow-up off of Sgrape or any major damage. So I don't think that is going to be the game ender for the red team. Again, we're getting so many Lance sounds.
Impala and Sandstorm are doing such a good job at evening out this game right now. This was looking like it was massively in the favor of Macheeete and Sgrape, but Impala and Sandstorm are persevering. That's going to be Impala on their last stock though. Sandstorm, nice chase dodge to avoid that recovery from Sgrape as well, and they are keeping this dream alive. They're not losing that stock.
Sandstorm doing his best to not get knocked out of this game. He's hitting side airs all over the place. Impala wasn't able to pick up the signature for the KO. Sandstorm does get knocked out after that in the process. It's now Impala in the 1v2. He's going to be looking at Macheeete to find a KO or at least hit Sgrape, who's in the red, to send him far enough away to then turn around and knock Macheeete out of the game. But Sgrape is just the wall. He's not letting Impala touch his teammate. Instant sword neutral light.
That is some high-level 2v2 gameplay right there, but this is dangerous now. A key moment. Impala in the isolated 1v1 against Macheeete, but they're not going to be able to get anything massive off of it. Now they're stuck in this 1v2 again. You're seeing so many missed hits left and right, but Impala is too scared to go for these punishes. Rightfully so. You're against the Lance, and that is going to be it. 1-1 on the scoreboard. Sgrape and Macheeete are keeping the dream alive, and Sgrape with 705 damage.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? What is that?
I mean, especially towards the end, like he was just the one taking the lead because he had a full stock on his hands over everybody else in the game. And even when he lost his second stock and was put on his final, like that's literally time for him to go bananas mode, because there were very, very, very few things that Impala could do to him to take away that stock when he's in white. So go bananas mode, make some mistakes, put the fear, the true fear of losing the game into Impala. I mean, Macheeete was just bait. He was just running around saying, ooh, oh, hit me, oh, I just did an attack, it's time to punish me, and then, nah, it's just, and Sgrape's there. So Sgrape did such a great job taking the lead. Macheeete did such a great job giving that lead to him and saying, ooh, come get me, I'm the bait, I'm the bait.
We did also see, I'm gonna have to address the elephant in the room. We did see Sandstorm performing, not the sharpest that game, 200 damage. Of course, damage isn't everything, and Sandstorm was setting up a lot for Impala. As you mentioned, Impala kind of being the bait. But also, Sandstorm and Impala, I feel like, are really, really good players at keeping it fresh and changing, being quite dynamic. Yeah, this is very, very winnable for them still.
But we also have to look at, and it was something that we really talked about on Sgrape's side of things, is like Sgrape really showing us amazing performances here lately, and Sandstorm is kind of the opposite. Of course, it's all relative to the player. It's like Sandstorm is one of the 2v2 GOATs. He is the 1v1 GOAT. But if we look at Dreamhack Dallas, that was the 17th place for Boomy and Sandstorm. So coming here
Ooh.
with a new team member against Sgrape and Macheeete, who are playing phenomenally today, they might be running up against the brick wall. Sandstorm did hit the unarmed recovery there, but that's not going to have enough strength to take Macheeete off the top. And now Impala has been taken out as well, so that's a full team wipe on the red team. The blue team, they are extremely damaged, but they're looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, Sgrape and Macheeete are just so good at fighting for important positions. Like Impala and Sandstorm, feels like they're always, you know, they're always chasing.
Yeah.
They're never in a comfortable situation whatsoever. Sgrape and Macheeete are just keeping them on their toes. And I mean...
I thought he was going to get the KO on the Sandstorm.
Oh, and he goes for the ground pound!
Oh
and he
my
goes for the commitment!
gosh! Do they get the double? Yes! Polymonto, they get the double. That is a full team wipe yet again on the red team. Both of them on final stocks. They finally take away Sgrape's first stock in 1 minute and 45 seconds, but they've lost 4 in the process.
No, but we saw last game a similar situation. Impala and Sandstorm, again, they're extremely good at coming back from situations like these. But I don't know, man. I'm looking at the gameplay. They might be a little shocked from that encounter.
Dude, Sgrape's going crazy.
Sgrape, dude.
He's going crazy.
He's keeping it going. They've got massive damage. They're on red already. They can start thinking about closing out this game.
He almost had that neutral signature too. Sgrape is going to have so much damage done by the end of this game. Oh my gosh! And he picks up 725 coming out from Sgrape. Picked up the double KO at the end, the official double KO. Wow, this team is looking so good, Paulie.
They're looking incredibly strong. But I also 4-1. I'm not someone to at any moment whatsoever, you know, disregard Sandstorm and Impala.
Yeah.
Like they especially, you know, they cannot get too comfortable, and that is something that you see a lot of times like this, that the winning team can get a little bit too comfortable. We got Impala whipping out the Zapapi tech as well. He swapped skins. That's massive. They got the mental boost, Sparky.
I mean, he's gonna need a lot, because last game was impressive. It was beyond impressive for the blue team. They're starting out this one with Spear and Sword, whereas last game, Sgrape went absolutely sicko mode with the Lance, throwing that one away, and
oh my God.
Instantly, everything changed.
Oh, that's a massive nair coming out from Impala, though. It's not going to be leading to much, but they're setting up a lot more winning positions right now, Sandstorm and Impala. I'm liking this.
I feel like I haven't really thought about Sandstorm's gauntlets this entire set. Oh, great interrupt. That's going to save there after the signature ended up picking up. Great response. I believe that was Sgrape that found the interrupt, and Macheeete who was caught in the signature. The damage is in favor of the red team, though, and that's really due to Sandstorm now, who's in the orange.
Ooh. Oh, that actually didn't even connect. I thought it would. Didn't even need it. They're going to be able to close out those stocks, solidifying this lead, and they're just going to continue playing for these strong positions. I feel like the one winning condition that Sgrape and Macheeete had, Sandstorm and Impala just took it from them and made it theirs.
The fact that you said, like, you were saying that you didn't want to count out Impala and Sandstorm, and I thought about being a sassy little guy and saying, oh, I do. And now I'm really glad that I didn't do that, because this game, they're absolutely changing things. They have momentum, maybe not necessarily all in their favor, but they've absolutely taken away so much of the momentum from Sgrape and Macheeete. The wind is no longer in their sails as much as it was previously. There's the cider that's going to be the KO on a Sandstorm. Everybody on final stocks now.
I mean, they're just making them uncomfortable, which is like the #1 best thing you can do in like any fighting game ever. If you make your opponents uncomfortable, you can force them into positions that you want to play and they don't want to play.
Now, last game, essentially at this point in time, Sandstorm and Impala were both on their final stocks, and Sgrape and Macheeete, or Sgrape had just lost his first, and Macheeete was on his second. So completely different, night and day here.
Yeah, and they have a large lead as well. And you know, I think throughout the earlier matches of the set, you know, Impala and Sandstorm were playing better towards the end of the game, and like they are already in the lead here. Macheeete and Sgrape, I'm starting to fear for them, but Sgrape is going to be able to pick up one knockout right there. They're not able to isolate Sandstorm to find that knockout and get in the lead here. And Sgrape, this could be his last knockout. Macheeete goes over to help him. Massive signature, but they are going to be able to get away.
Now, I love how you saw Impala actually back up from that edge guard. I really thought he was going to push it, so my focus was on him. And then all of a sudden, Sandstorm is just running in, and he throws out a move, and he all of a sudden takes the lead. And now the red team is taking a lead because of it. It's 3 stocks to 2.
Oh, that's massive.
Is taken out of the game. It's now Macheeete in the 1v2.
Like the winning condition is just to turn this into a 1v1, and then you still have like an extremely hard 1v1. But you're not maybe even going to get to that point because we already see a team combo coming out. We're seeing so good neutral coming out from Impala and Sandstorm, and that is going to be Macheeete out with 3 stocks left on the red team. We're going to game 5.
And Sandstorm didn't even fall there. That down air that ended up hitting him, even if it took away that stock, he still had 1 to spare. So that was not a terrible trade whatsoever. Of course, it did win in the game. That's why the trade is so good. And that's why we can't count out Impala and Sandstorm. Exactly like you said earlier. They really did a 180 that game and showed us something special as a team. They were showing us those team combos as well, showing things that they have practiced. That was a really extended team combo as well that they ended up pulling off. Hopefully we'll get to see the full extent of it.
I feel like they also understand trades really, really well. Because I feel like one thing I always realize when I'm watching like the best of the best teams is that if they are behind, they don't get even trades anymore. Like they just do like some sort of magic trick where they're like slowly catching up.
Yeah. It comes down to like risk assessment. And understanding like, okay, I'm going to throw out this move. What are the pros of that? What are the cons of that? The cons outweigh the pros, not going to throw out that move. The pros outweigh the cons, I'm going to do it. And somehow they're able to do that in a split second, faster than anybody would ever imagine.
400 times a game. For 5 games.
Yeah. And, yeah. All of the brain power that it takes to do that and do it consistently is just, it's mind-boggling. It's magic. It's exactly what you said. It's a magic trick.
Now, I would say the start here, Macheeete and Sgrape, they have some more control than they did last time around. But Sandstorm immediately comes back and aggressively fights them off, doing beautifully so on those battle boots. Just knocking them over to the left side of the screen, waiting for them to come to him just to knock Macheeete off. Sandstorm is really glowing up this game.
He does get knocked out there by the D-Light side air from Sgrape's spear. Of course, we are over on the Miami Dome. Macheeete has the sword in his hand, so no lances on the field. Everybody's able to grab a weapon, though, as the red team is spawning back in.
They are actually building up this lead quite well so far. This is turning into quite a significant lead, but Impala, that's not going to be the knockout either. Sgrape's stock is still going, and yet again,
still going.
The bow recovery man up into the diagonal corner. It's so hard to get a knockout up there.
Sgrape has the lance, the neutral light, because they were elevated on the soft platform of Miami Dome, that did end up knocking out. I think if they were grounded, that wasn't going to be a KO move, and I think, again, Impala knew that. He noticed that in the moment, and that's why he chose to do the side light, or the in light.
These are some very important knockouts, and they're keeping Sgrape on the edge as well until Macheeete gets back. Sgrape hasn't touched the ground for like 20 seconds! And Sgrape is struggling. He has truly not touched the ground for 25 seconds.
I thought Sandstorm was going to do it again. He went over to the left soft platform, and Sandstorm followed him over there, but he ended up backing up from it.
Oh, a big ground pound is going to catch them both. Could that be Macheeete down as well? Oh. That is going to be Macheeete down, and they now have completely turned around the game.
It's now all of a sudden 4 stocks to 2. Impala's at the middle of the stage. Sandstorm's getting bullied a little bit. Over on the right side, he's still able to get back. This time, Macheete's not able to punish the landing, but a D-Sig comes out from Sgrape. Both members of the red team sent over to the right. They need the double knockout here. They have to get this. They have to wrap up this stock from Sandstorm, and they do.
And now they're in the isolation. If they manage to find a 2v1 combo here, but they're... Oh, Impala is doing such a good job of staying clear of that. Now Sandstorm is back, he's able to support them, but they're able to take this game more vertically, building up that damage.
And it seemed like Sgrape was going to chase, I believe it was Impala, hoping for the KO off the top. I don't think it's really, if we're talking about like reality, that it's possible to get the KO off the top. So he ended up fast falling down because he knew Sandstorm was coming in. Then he could turn his attention over on a Sandstorm, put that damage onto him, instead of getting punished for greedily chasing Impala into the air.
This is as tense as it gets. And Impala is low. Sgrape is trying to go for this offstage. That's a big offstage opportunity. And Sgrape goes for it. He finds the D-Sig. They're able to knock Sandstorm away as well. The weapon throw isn't going to do much. They're just waiting for them.
I really thought Sgrape was going to go for a second one, especially when that weapon spawned back on the stage, but I guess he just values having that weapon. Sidelight, side air, ends up picking both? There's no way. Sgrape and Macheeete.
It's the 2v1. It's all up for Impala here. He's setting up the off stage, but he's not able to commit to it. He's too scared of Sgrape. He's winning.
Dude, he's playing this.
He's winning all of the neutral game interactions so far. Sgrape and Macheeete just need one good hit, but they managed to hit each other instead.
That was so...
But there it is!
Oh
and
my
gosh!
gosh.
Take it home for Europe! They're in winner's side, top 32.
The D-Light into waiting into the recovery from Impala, though, that wait was so smart because instantly the Orion D-Sig came out from Sgrape expecting the immediate recovery from Impala. That was a game 5 from a team that essentially formed like this week. So that was huge for Impala and Sandstorm, even though they lost that set. A very impressive showing, but also a very impressive showing from Sgrape and Macheeete. Their ability to rein that one back in when it was looking a little bit tough for them.